Hello, everyone. It's getting colder. I'm still on my deck, and I just got off the call with an incredible invitation that I received this week, and I'm super, super happy. Um, this is so aligned. Hi, Sarah. This is so aligned. I cannot tell you yet about it, but it is the invitation that we projectors love. Hi, Helena. Hi, Kara. All my ladies are here. All projectors. I love it. So, a magazine reached out to me and said, "We love your vibe. We love what you do. We love your mission. We love how exceptional you are. We want to feature you." And I've already got in a little bit in a conversation with them last year, kind of after I had my 100K month, but then it did not turn out. So now they came back, and now I just got on a call, and we have two different editions where I can choose where I want to be featured. And I'm like, see, this whole waiting thing as a projector is not that I just sit around and do nothing. I go live my fucking life, dial it up even more, pivot, change my direction, become even more authentic and even more myself, have my blinders on, and then people, they watch you. They watch you, and you don't know who is watching. This is, I first, so I'm totally in work mode today. I'm so inspired. I'm just, my defined heart is like, I have so many things to do, and so that's why I don't have a makeup on. I'm just working all day. I still have my yoga pants on, but I wanted to come live here to share this story with you because I think it is so inspiring, so valuable for you. Especially as projectors, especially when you are a woman and not a projector, but you know, you have a big vision, you feel different. And I just received a message of a woman who just found me, and she went through all my stories, and she's interested in the design for success, and she wants to know about the branding. She has a big vision. You know, let me know in the comments, like, you can feel this when you feel like I'm different than the norm, and I get you. And so the thing is that I wanna really encourage you that you don't know who's watching you. Just because you don't have engagement or people don't comment on your post or engage with your story, you never know who's watching, and then the next day they can be in your DMs and ask to work with you. But the main point is, and why I said this, claim your genius, and this is what we also had in the vibe, the conversation, right? What are you afraid of, like the detachment or the attachment to certain things? Why are we so? Because we kind of think we need an affirmation or a validation or an approval or even a, hey, you are on the right path. Like, this is understandable, but actually it is always an externalization of our power. We give our power away when we are looking for evidence that we are on the right path rather than creating the evidence. How do we create the evidence? The evidence we create by going inside, putting the blinders on. Like, comparison is the worst thing. You will always lose when you look at other people. I catch myself all the time. So that's why I'm really in and being in my own bubble and just talk with my mentors about my ideas, my visions, and not look so much in the industry, who is doing what and where can I get inspired, because it is such a fine line of tripping out and being in comparison mode, and she sells this and or this message is already out there and I cannot talk about it, or this person is already doing this. And so we need to bring it back to what we know inside is true for us, and strengthening that connection. And this only is possible when we take consistent action. You have to move your feet forward. And this is what builds then the courage and confidence. And not gonna lie, I had a meltdown this afternoon about, you know what, fuck it, I just throw everything against the wall, and I'm like, things are not working, and I'm disappointed, I'm not there yet. Like, my defined heart is so ambitious right now with this big vision that I have, and, you know, launching the design for success. And I think that's it is always when we are innovators, when someone does something which most people don't get yet, because I'm not selling in that old way of master classes and programs anymore. Like, yes, it is, when we're pioneers, there is nothing to kind of look at and kind of orient yourself towards, except for getting support, getting mentorship, doubling down mentorship. And if you cannot invest yet, then take the thing that you can and get as close as possible behind the scenes, behind this camera, to that person that activates you, because staying plugged in is the most important thing, when to stay in it, to build that self-trust, to be in the, this is why human design is so incredible, because we understand that it's mechanics, and just being in the energy on the other side of the screen makes something with us. And so then you can keep going, even you think nobody is watching. They are watching, but the most important thing is that you keep going and stay plugged in and not let the self-doubt. And you all have that, right? We all have these moments where we're inspired. We have this post. I set today hours to create that reel, where it's valuable content. It's not just me dancing or doing my little morning routine. Like yesterday, this reel was kind of like, whatever. I just filmed myself on stories and put it on Instagram and as a reel, and got over 1,000 views. Today, I put really effort in and sat down and took something out of and live stream and wrote a caption, and it has barely any views. So it is so frustrating, I tell you. My defined heart goes like, I'm angry. I hate this. Why am I wasting my time with this? But you know what? It is planting one seed and planting one seed and planting one seed. And I have 3 mentors where I can let my frustration out and talk with them, and they cheer me on, and I know I have their back, and that keeps me going. So I get questions a lot. How can I claim my genius? How can I really own my unapologeticness? How can I really step into my power? I tell you, mentorship. Surround yourself with women or men, if you want to work with the men, with people that do what you want to do. And this is just energy. And you hear me talking about this all the time, because most of you hear me and still not do something with it. It is 99% of the people out there on the online space say, I want to be there, but they are not doing what it takes. And I go Gary Vee on that style, and will repeat it, and you can hate me, and you can feel triggered by me, but it's the fucking truth. And I'm about to invest in another mentor, and I'm gonna pay her tonight, because I know that my next step requires a different perspective, different information, and if I don't do that, then what I don't get is that there's still people, women in particular. Men would go like, okay, I invest and I trust myself and just fucking go for it. And women like, no, I don't need this. I do it myself. I wait till I can afford it. And I tell you, I have the vibe for $111 per month. If you really want closer to my energy, then fucking invest in that. Yeah, and then you go in the next thing and the next thing. And some women are on here, they did that, and it shifted in the energy like this. Like you have me in your back pocket, in your ear 24/7. This is different than just watching my Insta stories, right? So when we want to, so last night, I'm going to tell you this story. Last night, I was at 1 a.m. in a conversation with one of my mentors, and mentorship is now not that one has the answers to the other one's question. It is a co-creation, and that's why what I have created is so important. And you will hear me double down on explaining why this is not a fucking program, why this is the answer. It's a no-brainer, yes. Why this is, hi Jessica, why this is the answer to all your stuckness and all your hesitation, because you get mentorship from me. It is individualized on your own alignment, your own chart, your own energy, your own situation, your own conditioning. This is nothing you can learn. You can only experience it. I can even tell you what I'm gonna do, because It is, you sit in front of me and then I know what you need. This is the magic of the energetics and being a projector. And I fucking own my genius that I say I don't sell and market. I market, but I don't sell anymore. And if you want this for your business too, we do that inside of the focus or the vision. So last night I was at night at 1 a.m. and I was actually coaching one of my mentors. It was like interesting. So I shared something. I shared my genius, and my genius was called out as a line 2. I'm like, yeah, I know the answer. Absolutely. Are you open to hear that? And so I shared it, and in that moment, I realized, fuck, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. And you know these moments yourself, right? When you go, oh my God, I'm so good at this. It is so amazing. I have a new ring light, and it's kind of, it's so weird, but I like it. And when you have these moments, you know it, right? Tell me, do you know these moments where like, well, I'm fucking good at this. I'm like, this is comes so easy to me. I love this. It was 1:30 a.m. I'm like, no, I'm awake. I'm so energized. I'm so lit up by this conversation. I'm so excited. I could do this all day long. And I felt success. I felt this success of, I want to only do this. I actually, and you know what it was? It is a leadership conversation. It was purely about, I want to make a big impact. I know I'm meant for more. I am actually always playing it down and kind of not talking really about the things that I want to talk about. Studying behind the scenes, knowing all the things back and forth, like years and years of experience that all of you have. I know you have so much more that you do naturally, the wisdom you have inside, that is actually a genetic coding that you even now, the more we go into 2027, things will be coming up that you do not even have studied, but which was actually encoded in you through the neutrinos, and that gets activated. The problem is just that when you're not in an environment consistently in the energy of a higher frequency that don't allow you, that don't allow you to shrink, question yourself, or when you do, you know where you can plug in and where you can recharge and remember who you are, then you will always go down the path of not self. And so this morning I was like, fuck, I know that the work that I'm doing is for leaders. And leaders have conversations. Leaders talk differently. Leaders make decisions that are smart. So if you think you're a leader, then I want to reflect that back to you, that leaders do whatever it takes to make that next step, because it is about staying in the movement, in the momentum, and not waiting until the next option or whatever. It's like, okay, let's talk it out. What do you have? What can we create together? And so, as I mentioned yesterday in my Insta stories, it's like this, it is for me a sign of lack of conversation if women cannot talk to me about options to work with each other. If it is like, I have no problem if I hear a no. Absolutely not. I'm so non-attached at the moment. Like right now, at this point, I was very, very bitter at the beginning of my business because I don't get it. You know, as a projector, you see it. But now it's like, you can say no. I'm totally cool with that. But not even having the ability to express this is lack of leadership. And you know what that is? That is the emotional solar plexus and the ego that is totally conditioned around, oh my God, I don't want to be in this uncomfortable conversation, or I don't want to feel the other person rejected, or I don't know how to communicate this, you know, all these things. So I'm not here for this anymore. And I share this with you because I know you can step it up all and claim what you have to give, yet the way how you live it has to match that. So I heard Gary Vee talking about this, and like, you have to not only declare it, you have to back your words with actions. And that is radical honesty and radical responsibility, and that is a tough one. That is really a tough one to say, oh, okay, I want this, so I better get my shit together and match my words with actions. So when we want to attract higher level clients, the path at the beginning is fucking lonely, because you have to back yourself and get yourself and kick yourself in the butt over and over and over again. Hopefully you have a mentor or in a space of woman you can plug into and say, hey, today is a tough day. I've really self-doubt, and I do this myself too. Like, today is like, will they ever get it? You know? And then I just put my head down, stay in the lane, and replug and plug into my vision and my knowing, my certainty that what I create is for leaders, and that is 1%. If everyone would be a leader who says they're going to be a leader, we would have more multimillionaires out there and more confident women rocking it, and not just having this big declaration. But you don't even have to be big and outgoing. It's about this certainty. And you know how we can claim our genius is by non-attachment of the external, and that's all the heart conditioning. That's the biggest problem in all of it. The heart and the emotional solar plexus. And this whole self-doubt comes because we have shaky energy in our alignment. So when self-doubt what comes then? It's like you question everything, right? You question everything. You know, on the one hand, that there is a gap. Like for me, it was last night, I'm like, there's a gap between what I'm doing here, the conversation that I have here, and then I go online and I see the masses being on that level where I don't get it. And a lot of projectors can feel me in that. So, but what I can do is, and this is why I'm sharing this with you, because you will have and you will face, no matter where you are in your business with these situations, how you react, what you give it a meaning about you, how much you stay plugged in into what matters. So, do I give attention to the ones who are not moving and not getting it, and I try to kind of motivate and inspire them? No. I double down. That's why I'm sitting here and preparing and creating the design for success, and we do the evaluation the upcoming week, and I create these programs and the success plan for every woman in there. I double down on the ones who are moving and who are the ones who want to step it up. And everyone else who's just watching from the sidelines, I don't have time for this. I don't have energy for this. I don't get it. I will never get it. And so I want to encourage you to focus on your vision, focus on creating what you know you want to create, focus on embodying and understanding even more your genius and how to bring that into the world, and have someone on your team. Without it, it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. I tell you, it's actually pretty lonely. And I'm so grateful for my mentors, and I'm so grateful for my clients, because this summer we went through a lot together. And I'm so proud of each of you, and I get tears because you all transformed. You all went through this because you all stayed plugged in. And you are always, every day, claiming, embodying it even more because you stay in it. You committed for 1 year with me. This is extraordinary. Really. I want to tell you, this is the biggest thing. The biggest investment is in you. It's not even in your business. It's about you becoming that woman that in the end is independent and not defined by anything external. Not codependent to a man. I mean, look at women. How do they interact with men in relationships? Are you really, really, really free to be all of you with a man? Can you wear what you want to wear, or is he against something? Can you invest? Can you buy the things, or do you have a certain conversation? Like the programming and the codependency is so strong. And I had yesterday the conversation with a man, and I'm mentoring more men right now because they are stepping it up as well. They want to step into their power as well, but is the same way. I love you, Jessica. This means so much, Jessica. You have no idea. You know, men as well have issues to communicate and step into their power, and this has all to do with the heart center. When I look at my dad, when I look at the partner of my sister, when I look at other men, if we as women want to step into our leadership, because the new era is the woman leads and the man supports and protects. That means that you all women listening to this here have to be able to command and to share your desires and to ask for what you really want and to show yourself, express yourself in everything, in all the emotions, all your emotional authorities here, all your ego defines, all your sacrals, all your energy has to be amplified without any attachment, unapologetically. That means you don't, unapologetically doesn't mean I don't give a fuck in terms of this resistance of I'm unapologetic and kind of proving energy. It's just there is no attachment. I just wear what I want to wear. I was with my sister walking through Munich, and I know how people watch me. I feel it, and I'm aware of my presence and my energy. And she asked me, don't you feel uncomfortable that people stare at you? And I'm like, no, actually I love it. I didn't say it. I'm like, no. Because at this point, I also noticed I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to explain myself. I just claim who I am. I own it. And I know that I'm really good at what I do. I know I have things to work on. But I also know that who I am today, this is how you can build your confidence. Who I am today is enough. And when there's no lack energy of self-doubt, insecurity, even hesitance, even playing it down, even when you play yourself down and overthink it, can I really step out of the house in that way? Can I really press live? Can I really just go live in this way? Like, I don't care. I have important things to say, and certainty and confidence is what backs the energy. And then you're more interested in my words, and the energy speaks for itself than whether I have makeup on or not, right? And it's the same. I could go, and I do go. I went to the store in this clothes, and people were still watching me. Like, wow, she owns the room. Yes, I do. And it doesn't matter whether I'm wearing a potato sack, in German you say Kartoffelsack tragen, or a evening nightgown, or a robe, or a bathing suit. This is claiming because you make your own rules, and it's all about you feeling confident. And the confidence comes through consistently getting yourself into uncomfortable situation. Confidence does not come from sitting at home and watching other confident people. Do you get it? Can I get an amen if you agree? So, what is the problem that we feel made for more? We feel this bigness inside and still not taking the action. It is because we fear what if. And we do not fear what if it is working. We fear what if other people feel triggered. What if other people suddenly feel pushed to the side because of our confidence. I had this with, I take so much space. I'm in the center of attention. It's only about me. You know what? That's why I made it and shift my whole I sell programs, and you can be in a space where you have the all access pass to I make it about you, and we create the perfect success plan for you, and I mentor you even at the level of 555 per month. You get mentorship from me, personalized. Like no coach out there does that. But for me, I make my own rules, and I believe that this is the only way that you create success and that you keep going forward. Because when I'm certain, when I'm confident in what I do, you feel certain, you trust yourself, you make the steps, and you actually have skin in the game. Because we can all hide behind programs and watch the classes at home and feel good and being plugged in. But what actually matters is life proof. That means, are you taking action? Are you getting yourself out there? Are you writing the post? Do you overthink it? Or do you just press live? Yeah? Do you see the difference? And so what I notice is in the conversation with my sister, or even with the conversation with the man that I have, my biggest gift is the defined heart center. And when I am doubting myself, I can pull myself up. This is my fucking genius. Nobody taught me that. It's just my design. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing and dialing it up, even though I know that just 1% of who are watching now or watching the replay are actually moving. And you all, my clients who are already clients, are already good. That's what leadership is, and that's why there are not many leaders. There are too many followers. That's the difference. It is the fucking difference. And then bringing that into the business requires someone who is in its genius to help you do it in your way, not my way. You don't have to be as confident as I am. That's not what I'm saying. But we need to, in order to really attract the dream clients and understand what our genius is, you don't have to know every nitty-gritty about your design. But what you got to understand is, and this is where I can help you, self-awareness. Where am I sabotaging myself? Where am I choosing my excuses? I want to tell you, drop in the comments, what is the reason why you have not yet? I'm very non-attached here, okay? What is the reason why you've not yet signed up with anything from me? What is the reason? I'm very curious, like I'm very honestly curious. Because if you say, I don't resonate with it, I'm fine. If you say, I don't have the money, I say, leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners, come up with the money, with a plan. It's always the mindset that wants to trick us, to stay small, to find the excuse. So when we want to claim our genius, we have to, here's the model. You are already aware. You know why you're not doing it. Tell me why. Tell me what is the problem that you cannot fully live it. You know it. I trust you. It is the fear of what other people think. The fear, what are they saying? Like, I have this every day. Like, I hear even from my family, like, your nails are too long. Your whatever is too much. Your shorts are too short. Your top is too tight. You can, whatever. And I'm like, great, but I love it. It's like Lotus. It doesn't matter anymore. But to get to this point where not my little girl shrinks and goes like, mommy doesn't love me, something is wrong with me, that was the whole deconditioning of my heart center, where I stay in my high vibe and am able to hold in my open solar plexus the discomfort that the other person feels. It's not mine. So what you feel in your undefined heart Kara, I'm gonna go into this in a second. The things, the feelings that you feel are not yours. So what you actually fear is not your own bigness. It is feeling, absorbing, responding, whether depending on which design you are, to the discomfort that other people feel because you shine your light and they feel that they're themselves dimmed down and they feel uncomfortable because they're faced with their own insecurities, and they're not uncomfortable because you are confident. But what you feel is you feel their discomfort, and you are avoiding to feel that discomfort because you don't know how to handle it, unless you know how your design and you get coaching around it and you know how to process it and you know how to communicate with it. So what I do in the upcoming Egoist 3-day workshop is exactly this. You will learn these 5 pillars to decondition the heart center and the solar plexus. And we will do it. So if you are in the focus and the vision of Design for Success, you're already signed up. And I'm so excited to dive deep into that with you. And if you're not in that and you want to join one of my workshops, then that would be a great workshop to start. It's one of my signature mini programs, workshops, activations, whatever immersions you want to call it. And it's happening next week. So if you're interested in it, it's currently $555 and the price will go up to $888. And there are payment plans available. However, if you join the focus, which is $555 per month, you get also your success plan and the coaching call and the Telegram support and deeper application and individualized and personalized support from me, and it is a even more value for the $555. So it's your decision what feels good and what is doable for you right now. But if you really want to start working with me, then that would be an amazing program. You will feel so different and so much more expanded and confident to really claim your genius, your power, and to hold it. That is really important, to be able to hold it, because now I'm going to go into Kara. So if you want to join Egoist, please send me a message, okay? Kara, you said, before I signed up, I questioned the investment. I questioned my ability to show up, actually receive, and be held accountable. So the thing is, I'm not responsible for your results. You are not responsible for your client's results. We have to get into the energy, and this is 2027, of we need to ourselves be so empowered that our energy, I'm responsible for my energy, and I'm responsible to make these transmissions inside the vibe, yeah, and in Egoist, to bring the best activations, teachings, coachings to the table. Your responsibility is to do something with it. And that's the biggest trap that a lot of people sign up with. Okay, you tell me the answers, and you hold me accountable, and you kick me in the butt, and you kind of tell me what to do. I say, no, this is not school. This is not programming. This is not the matrix. You gotta learn to lead yourself. This is the fucking hardest thing. I know. It's uncomfortable. But when you shift into the identity of the woman who plugs in to their support with their coach, and you come to me, you will feel so much more empowered because you made the decision, and you feel satisfied, and you feel at peace, and you feel so good because you have your back. I don't check in with my clients. Why should I? I'm not mothering. I'm not chasing. This is what your mothers did. And this is the problem, because and this is what I do. I'm actually initiating. And we will talk about this in Egoist as well. That women and men have been not empowered and initiated. There is, when children grow up, 4 phases of parenting. And all of you who are mothers, we got to talk, because you might miss that phase for your own children, and this is important, especially when you know their design. So there's the nurturing and protecting phase, where a baby, a small child, you have to nurture and protect them. But when they grow up, especially in their teenage years, then it comes to empowerment and initiation. And the initiation, most of us have not experienced. It is this, I kick you out of the house. You have to figure it out yourself. I am here to hold you back if shit hits the fan, okay? But you got to figure it out yourself first. This initiation. I trust you. You can do it. Do you feel the difference? Have you experienced that from your parents? I didn't. So this is where you then figure out what your genius is. And when you then build that self-trust because you fail. That's the difference. Because when we fail, we learn and we grow and we bring ourselves up. And it's not about failing, it's about how quickly can you get up and keep moving forward. So to recap, you're all fucking genius at what you're doing. But the only thing that is the challenge and that we need to understand is how to handle other people's littleness so that you keep rising. And this is what I'm going to teach you in Egoist. And this is what we do ongoing from level to level to level in the mentorship program. That's why I created those spaces. And then the second thing is, can you hold it until someone shows up and buys from you, until they ask you, how can I work with you? Because people are always watching you. And they sign up with you not because, thank you, Kara, you're amazing. Your clients sign up with you not because of what you have to sell. Energetically, they are responding and a match to a certain frequency. And the frequency can only be certainty. And you know what? The frequency is not the one you put out there on an offer or on a post or on a live stream. The frequency is actually the background frequency when you close the phone and you go inside and you start crying because nobody commented. That's what the people respond to. And if we don't clean that up in the background, it won't work, because energy is energy is energy. It goes beyond whether you're alive or not. It's like they are a fly at your wall. When I go at home and sit next to you and follow you all day, how often do you doubt yourself? How often do you check your phone and look at other coaches and are not on your lane and have your eyes on your stuff and create more than you consume? All these things matter. And this is what you learn in my world. And this is what will make you actually survive when the doors and the wheel turns. Raoul said the wheel turns 2027. And right now it's like, you have to clean and check your ego. The individual. This is so important. So, all that I can say is step it up a notch. Be in integrity with what you really want. Check in with yourself. And trust this feeling. When you have a mentor, get as close as you can. Hi, Nicole. There she is. Yes, you have to watch the replay, but I will answer your question in the DMs because you asked me about the brand audit. So, just to recap, you have the opportunity to start at 111 to join the vibe. This is the first thing that I recommend to plug in to go behind the camera.
So in my experience, like, we get impatient.
Okay. Am I back? Am I back? Let's see what is happening. It's here. What is happening? What is Instagram doing? There is now a filter chaos. Okay. Second opportunity is if you want to work, and I know everybody should, I really say should work on the ego and the solar plexus. The egoist, and I thought about maybe I should rename it into something like confidence course. I'm like, no, egoist is you have to prioritize yourself and your wealth. That's it. Being confident and claiming your genius, and we bring that into your business. So we cover claiming your desires as pillar number 1, setting boundaries to other people is number 2. Number 3 is communication, communicating those boundaries, higher standards, shifting from expectation, I expect them to do this so that I feel good, to these are my standards and you rise up to that, to me, and meet me here. I don't lean down, and holding that energy and not spiraling out, holding, and this is the 5th pillar, higher prices, holding the energy in a launch, holding the energy in a tough conversation with a client when a client backs out. All that we cover in Egoist. It's the gateway to your next level of confidence and cash, aka client attraction and earnings in your business. So that is included in the focus. You can join the focus and you get the mentorship included, or you just join the 3-day program. If you have any other questions, you know where you find me. Just send me a DM. Step it up. You only have this life. I tell you, it can be. And this year is the year of destiny. You got it. Like 4 months. Tomorrow Mars goes into a different energy, and we will experience a forward momentum that will support any action that you take. So it is very expansive. It is very supporting a big project, a big shift. I know some of you are here listening to that. You have a big pivot, a big calling for creating something new, especially in the year of destiny, to get to this final path to where you are meant to be, which is your incarnation cross, your purpose, your life purpose. So this is happening. And we will have Venus as well joining, so there's massive expansion possible if you just follow the pull. Whenever you doubt yourself and fear and overthink it, you slow down. Okay, so trust yourself, take action. No matter, it doesn't matter how big it is, but make that investment, make that one step, keep going, keep moving, and stay out of the fear and overthinking. Okay, so I hope that inspired you. A little rant today from the porch. And I will be talking to all of you in the vibe, in the audio tomorrow. And we have on Friday on air again. And if you have any other questions, find me in my DMs. Have a great rest of your day and evening wherever you are. Bye.